Friends, you are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B. So question is find effective capacitance across A and B. Across A and B means A connected to one of the terminal of the battery and B is connected to another terminal of the battery. So let us solve this problem. Here we have three capacitors. All capacitors are identical capacitors and their capacitance are C. Now let us say this junction is P, this is Q, this junction is R. P, this is P, Q, R, let us say this is S. Then let us solve this problem. You are asked to find effective capacitance. Let me write the junctions P. See, P and R both are interconnected with each other. Let us say P and R. This is P and R. Q and S are connected. Q and S are again connected with the help of a wire. Now tell me, between P and Q you have one capacitor. Here we have P, this is Q. Between these two we have one capacitor. Say its capacitance is C. Between Q and R we have one more capacitor. This is Q, this is R. One more capacitor between these two. Its capacitance is also C. Let us write P and R here. This is P and this is R. Q and S. Between R and S, this is R and here we have S. Between R and S also we have one capacitor like this. So totally how many capacitors here? We have three capacitors. All capacitors are connected. P connected to which terminal? Positive terminal of the battery. And Q is connected to which terminal? S is connected to which terminal? Negative terminal of the battery. I told you this is what? R and S. So all capacitors are connected in parallel. Then C effective is equals to C plus C plus C. Then C effective is equals to 3C. So here one more problem. These are two plates. Area of this plate is A and area of this plate is A by 4. Distance of separation between these two plates is D. And these two plates connected to battery with the help of key. This plate is connected to positive terminal and this plate is connected to negative terminal. So you are asked to find the capacitance of this capacitor. The medium present between these two plates is what? Air. Then whenever you switch on the circuit, what happens? This plate becomes positive plate and this plate becomes negative plate. Between these two plates electric field exists. Electric field exists up to this mark. Up to this portion only, means area of this portion is also same as that of A by 4. A by 4 means electric field exists up to this area. That's why we know general formula for capacitance C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. But here area in which that electric field exists is A by 4. That's why C is equals to epsilon naught into A divided by 4D. That is capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. See here three plates which are connected like this stepwise. This is a plate of area A. This plate area is also A. This plate area is also A. But this plate is horizontal. This plate is in vertical plane and this plate is along again horizontal. So distance between this plate and this big plate is D. Distance between this plate and this big plate is 2D. You are asked to find effective capacitance across these 2 points A and B. So air is a medium between these two plates. So let us find the electric capacitance of this capacitor. So here there will be no electric field because of this part of the plate, so that's why we can neglect that part. No electric field exists on it. So here you are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B. So let us reconstruct this diagram. We can assume two capacitors connected in parallel like this. Two capacitors connected in parallel like this. Distance of separation between these two is D, between these two is 2D. This is negative connected to negative terminal of the battery, and this is connected to positive terminal of the battery. So its area is A and its area is also A. Then A is medium between the two plates. Here two capacitors connected in parallel. Let us say its capacitance is C1. First plate capacitor is C1 and let its capacitance is C2. Then C effective is equals to C1 plus C2. C1 means what? Epsilon naught A divided by D, and C2 is equals to what? Epsilon naught A divided by 2D. Then finally C effective is equals to 3 by 2 epsilon naught A divided by D. Now let us solve this problem. There are three capacitors which are connected in this way between A and B, but these two capacitors are again connected with the help of a wire. This is conducting wire. You are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B. Now let us say this junction is P and this junction is Q. So totally we have 4 points A, P, Q, B. A, P, Q, B. Let me write like this. This is what A, this is what P, and this is Q, and this is B. Between A and P we have one capacitor. Between P and Q we have two capacitors. See here one important point. P and Q are interconnected with each other. So let us write P and Q at a place. P and Q. Between P and Q, how many capacitors are connected? Two capacitors. So these are the two capacitors. And that key Q is connected to what again? B. So from this it is clear that there will be no potential difference across these two capacitors. Why? Because these two capacitors connected to same point. That's why these two capacitors useless, no charge will flow through the capacitor. That's why effective capacitance is only this C. These two capacitors are, you can say, short circuit capacitors. So that's why no charge will flow through that capacitor. Why? Because both ends of ends of this combination is connected to same point. So that's why there will be no potential difference at a single point. At one point potential exists but not potential difference. That's why no charge flows through these two capacitors. Only this capacitor is included in the circuit. Then effective capacitance is only C. Four capacitors, identical capacitors are connected as shown in the figure. You are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B. So let us assume this junction as P. This is Q. This is R and this is what? S. Then see P and S are interconnected with the help of wire. So let us say this is P and S, and Q and R also connected. So this is Q and R. See these two P and S connected to battery. positive terminal of battery, say plus. Q and R are connected to negative terminal of the battery, say B, negative terminal. Now between P and Q, we have one capacitor. See, this is P, this is Q. Between P and Q, one capacitor is connected like this. Okay. Between P and R, one more capacitor connected. This is P, and here we have R. P and R connected, one more capacitor like this. Next, between S and Q, we have one capacitor. This is S and this is Q. Between S and Q, one more capacitor connected like this. And between S and R, one more capacitor connected. S and R, this is one more capacitor connected between these two. Now total number of capacitors 4. So these are the 4 capacitors. Capacitance of each capacitor is what? C. Then what is effective capacitance? All capacitors are connected in parallel. Then effective capacitance is C plus C plus C plus C. Then C effective is equals to 4C. Say you are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B in this problem. Effective capacitance across A and B. So to find effective capacitance across A and B, just stretch this wire like this. So then you can write B here. This is what B, and stretch this wire. This is what A. This is what A. Now tell me how these two capacitors are connected. While moving charge from this capacitor to this capacitor, there will be no splitting of charge, means these two capacitors are in series. So here charge distribution takes place into two parts. It means what? This part is parallel with this part. So remember, wherever charge distribute takes place, the two branches are parallel. If there is no splitting of charge while moving from one capacitor to another capacitor, the two capacitors are connected in series. Means here these two capacitors are in series and these two branches are in parallel. So what is effective capacitance of these two capacitors? As both capacitors are connected in series, C both are connected in series, then effective capacitance is C by 2. That C by 2 is in parallel with this one, then effective capacitance of this entire combination is C1 plus C2 is the effective capacitance, C plus C by 2, which is equals to 3 by 2C, and that 3 by 2C is in series with this capacitor. Then 1 by final effectives, 1 by C final effective capacitance, 1 by C effective is equal to 1 by C, this one, plus 3C by 2, so take 3C as a LCM, then becomes what? 3 plus 2, which implies C effective is equal to 3C divided by 5. Here these two are in series. Again this combination and this capacitor, these two are in parallel. And these two, this entire combination and this C is in series, both are in series. Find effective capacitance across A and B, you are asked to find. So let us calculate effective capacitance across A and B. I told you just now, while moving from one capacitor to another capacitor, if charge distribution takes place, then we can say that two capacitors are in parallel. If there is no charge distribution while moving from one capacitor to another capacitor, then we can say that two capacitors are in series. Now see, So here charge distribution takes place or not at this point. At this point, see, whenever you switch on the circuit, charge will flow along this direction. A current will flow along this direction. So here at this point, distribution of current or charge takes place. So we can say these two capacitors are in parallel. Then instead of assuming circuit in that way, we can just modify it. See, this capacitor is connected to it. Now tell me, these two are, see, here to here you can connect any point. Why? Because all these are at same potentials, same potential, and conducting wire potential is same everywhere. So these two capacitors are parallel. Here also these two capacitors are parallel. Then tell me, what is effective capacitance of these two? Effective capacitance of these two parallel combination, effective capacitance is C1 plus C2. That's why this is what 2C. This is 2C. This is also 2C. This 2C is in series with this one. This 2C is in series with this one. Then what is effective capacitance of this part of that circuit? This part of that circuit. As this 2C is in series with this one, we can write 1 by C plus 1 by 2C is equals to 1 by C effective. Let us say 1 by C1 otherwise. Then C1 is equals to, tell me this is equals to what? Take 2C LCM, then it becomes what? 2 plus 1, which is equals to 3 by 2C. Then C1 is equals to, let us say capacitance of this part is C1. Then C1 is equals to 2C by 3. Then let us say capacitance of this part, that is also same as that of this capacitance. Say that is C2, which is equals to 2C by 3. Now tell me how these two are connected. These two are connected in parallel. These two are connected in parallel. Why? Because this charge will split into two parts here at this point. So that's why this branch and this branch both are in parallel. Then effective capacitance of these two is 2C by 3 plus 2C by 3, which is equals to what? 4C by 3. That 4C by 3 is in series with these two capacitors or not? This end is connected to positive terminal of the battery. This end is connected to negative terminal of the battery. Then this 4C by 3 is in series with these two. So final effective capacitance 1 by C final is equals to, you can write 1 by C plus 1 by C plus 4C by 3 by 4C. Then take 4C as LCM. Then you will get 4 plus 3. 8 plus 3, 11. Then C effective is equals to 4C divided by 11. Find C effective between A and B, you are asked to find. So in this case, whenever you connect a battery to this circuit, means A connected to positive terminal of the battery and B connected to negative terminal of the battery. Suppose like this is positive terminal of the battery and this is negative terminal of the battery. Along with switch. Then what happens? So if you consider one half of this circuit like this, left side, if this is object, then other one is what? Image. So if this is object, then other side looks like image of this object or not. So whenever you interface this type of problem, we can solve this type of problem by using equipotential surface method. Say on this line which bisect the entire circuit diagram equally, potential at all these points are same. This surface is known as equipotential surface. We discussed in our class equipotential surface. So it means what potential at this point is same as that of potential at any point on this line. Now randomly select one point here, say this point is P and this point is what, Q. This point is Q. So when these two capacitors connected to point P, you can connect that same two capacitors here also. There will be no change. Why? Because potential on this line at any point is same. You can connect the two capacitors either at point P or at point Q. There will be no change in circuit. Then why? Because all these points are the same potentials. By connecting these two capacitors to at point Q, you are not changing the circuit. Circuit remains same. So now let us connect these two capacitors to here. Let us remove these two capacitors. This capacitor and this capacitor. Let us connect these two capacitors at point Q now. Like this. Now all capacitors are identical capacitors. While moving from this capacitor to this capacitor, there will be no splitting of charge. That's why these two capacitors are in series. Its capacitance is C. Suppose its capacitance is C by 2. Its capacitance is C by 2. Then or otherwise choice is yours. Let us say C, no problem. Its capacitance is C. Its capacitance is C. All capacitors are identical capacitors. Okay. Now as these two are in series, what is effective capacitance of these two? C and C, C by 2 in series combination. That C by 2 is in parallel with this one. Means C plus C by 2. C plus C by 2 is 3C by 2. That 3C by 2 is in series with these two capacitors. Then effective capacitance of this part is is 1 by C plus 1 by C plus what is effective capacitance of this? 3C by 2. 3C by 2. Let us say that is 1 by C1. Then take 3C as LCM. Then you can write 3 plus 2 is equals to 1 by C1. Then C1 is equals to 3C divided by 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Now that 3C by 8 is in series in parallel with this capacitor. These two are in parallel, series or not? Why? Because while moving a charge from this capacitor to this capacitor, there will be no splitting. That's why these two are in series. Then 1 by C final is equals to capacitance of this is equals to 3C by 8 by 3C. Capacitance of these two is C by 2. Then take 3C as LCM, then becomes what? 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6, which is equals to what? 14 by 3C. Then finally C effective is equals to what? C final is equals to 3C divided by 14. So you are asked to find effective capacitance across A and B. All plates are identical plates and equidistant. Means distance of separation between all plates are same, and area of all plates are same. You are asked to find effective capacitance. Here, how many plates we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 plates. 4 plates we have. Say this point is A, and this point is what? B. So at A, suppose this is that A, this is that B. So first plate and third plate connected to A, second plate and fourth plate connected to B. Now see, between 1 and 2 one capacitor will form C1, between 2 and 3 one more capacitor will form C2, between 3 and 4 one more capacitor will form, that is what, C3. So 1 and 2 one capacitor, this is 2, this is 1, between 1 and 2 we have one capacitor. 2 and 3 second capacitors, this is 2 and this is 3, between these two we have one capacitor like this. 3 and 4 another capacitor connected here, 3 and 4. Suppose if all capacitors are identical capacitors, why? Because according to given problem, distance of separation between them is same, area of each plate are same. So all capacitors are identical capacitors. Then effective capacitance, as all are connected in a series, is C plus C plus C, C plus C plus C. Then C effective is equals to 3C. So here several identical capacitors are connected in this way. So this is an infinite circuit. You are asked to find effective capacitance